Good evening, friends. Sadiq Ali here, your friendly neighborhood economics wale uncle. And today we are going to discuss a very important topic of your standard 12 economics, that is demand analysis. For those of you who have already listened to the previous lectures, if you remember, we have covered utility analysis in 3 lectures, right? Now today we are going to start with another important topic, that is demand analysis. I hope you have your textbook with you, you have a pen and you have a rough book. If you remember to my instructions, what I have already said and I keep on saying is, if you want to learn economics properly, you should be passionate about graphs, you should be passionate about diagrams. Don't worry, economics is very simple. Keep your mind open. God willing, you will follow each and everything. Before listening to the lecture or after listening to the lecture, please supplement this with your textbooks. The sequence what we are going to follow is strictly as per the new syllabus of standard 12th HSC Commerce Economics. Right? For those of you who are not in standard 12 HSC Commerce Economics, if you can catch hold of a 12th standard textbook, it will be very beneficial for you. If not, you can just follow this. This will give you a brief outline of the demand analysis and then you can supplement it with your particular syllabus. Now in this chapter, this is chapter 3A. Chapter 3B will deal about elasticity of demand. Okay, we'll try to cover this as briefly, as sequentially, okay, by sticking to the topic, not going here and there. Now, the first thing is introduction. Now here in brackets I have written utility. Okay. In introduction, what do we see? What do you basically mean by demand? In the previous chapter we have seen that utility is the basis for the law of demand, right? I presume that those who have watching this video for demand analysis, you have already studied about utility analysis, and in that one of the usefulness you have seen is, one of the features you have seen is utility is the basis for the law of demand. So here we can see that utility will create a desire. Please pay attention. Utility will create a desire. What is utility? Want, satisfying capacity of a commodity. It will create a desire, it will not create demand. Now what do I mean by that? That is going to create desire, it is not going to create demand. This we shall explain in point number 2, that is effective demand. Now what is effective demand? Please go through your textbooks very fast. Right? Effective demand. हम जो डिमांड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं इस चैप्टर के अंदर, हम लोग सिर्फ और सिर्फ इफेक्टिव डिमांड के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, ख्याली पुलाव के बारे में बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. सिटिंग हियर आई से दैट आई वांट टू गो टू जर्मनी, एक हेलीकॉप्टर बुक कर दो. इट्स अ ख्याली पुलाव. इज इट अ डिमांड? नो. रास्ते पे जाता हुआ एक फकीर बोलता है कि मुझे बंगले में रहना है. इज इट एन इफेक्टिव डिमांड? नो. व्हाट आर द कंपोनेंट्स ऑफ इफेक्टिव डिमांड? Effective demand consists basically of 3 components. Effective demand consists of 3 components. The demand will start with the first point, that is desire. डिमांड होने के लिए सबसे पहली चीज ये है कि तुम्हारे को वो चीज हासिल करने की इच्छा होना चाहिए, ख्वाहिश होना चाहिए कि आई वांट टू हैव दैट पर्टिकुलर थिंग. दैट इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट फॉर द law of demand, for demand to come into being. That is desire. Desire to buy. Right? The second point is ability. हाथ तो मैं बहुत बड़े बड़े देख रहा हूं लेकिन मेरे पास एबिलिटी नहीं है, मेरे जेब खाली है. Is it effective demand? Hopefully, God willing, a time will come when you can purchase that thing. तो जब की बात तब, लेकिन आज की तारीख में अगर तुम्हारे पास वो लेने की काबिलियत नहीं है, इफ यू डोंट हैव द एबिलिटी टू पे, then I cannot call it as effective demand. Okay, the first thing is desire to buy, the second is ability to pay, and the third is willingness. Willingness to spend. Suppose somebody is कंजूस. कितने बार ऐसा होता है ना, अरे यार वो तो महा कंजूस है, एक पैसा भी खर्चा नहीं करेगा वो, उसको बिरयानी पसंद है, उसके पास पैसा भी बहुत है, लेकिन खुद के पैसे से खर्चा करेगा नहीं. Why? Because he is a miser. He doesn't want to spend. He is not willing to spend. Desire है, ख्वाहिश है, एबिलिटी टू पे पैसे है, लेकिन विलिंगनेस नहीं है. किसी के पास एबिलिटी है, विलिंगनेस भी है, लेकिन उसको बिरयानी पसंद नहीं है. ओके, सो यू नीड टू हैव all these three factors for that to be called as effective demand. Then only the law of demand will operate. In economics, whenever we are talking about demand, we are concerned with effective demand, which comprises desire to buy, ability to pay, and willingness to spend. Okay, I hope this point is crystal clear, right? Now when I am metawing this, please go through the textbook and see the words what is written. Okay, gone through your textbook. Can we continue? Good. Now somebody was asking me the other day कि अंकल आप लिखा तो देते हो बहुत कुछ पॉइंट्स भी बता दिए लेकिन याद नहीं रहते, तो कैसा याद रखे हम लोग? Now that's a nice question. In fact, that applies to everything. Whether it's a conceptual subject, whether it is a theoretical subject, याद कैसे रखने का? You remember last time we made some mnemonics, कुछ कोड वर्ड बनाए थे हम लोग, 2 कोड बनाए थे ना, शर्म and all that stuff. तो कैसा याद रखने का? I can share one secret which I used to follow when I was in 12th standard. I gave my 12th standard somewhere in the year 1994. Okay, and I am making this video in the year April 2020. कितने साल हो गए? 94 to 2004, 2004 to 2014, 2014 to 2020, 26 years back. Okay, that time, now I had applied this for OC, and by the grace of God, you will be glad to know that I got the highest marks in my college. I have graduated from KPB Hinduja College of Commerce, Cherny Road, Bombay. Right, in my 12th standard, I had got, आपकी दुआ से वो टाइम पे, I think most of you might not have been born here. Forget. Right, I used to make these sorts of diary. ऐसी डायरी में मेंटेन करता था. दिख रहा है आपको? इसमें क्या करने का? Whatever points you have, you should write it in very short, only the headings. Now I have written the entire demand chapter like this. You can see this. Should I bring it very close? ठीक है, ये है. फिर उसके बाद में ये मैं यूं पलटाया, ये आ गया, फिर और में लिखा, ये आ गया, फिर इसको और में पलटाया, तो ऐसे आ गया. This is how I used to maintain points when I was studying Organization of Commerce. Hopefully when I do the videos of Organization of Commerce, I don't know, it depends upon your feedback. Those of you who are watching this, if you really like it, and if you feel that, we can use this for the Organization of Commerce also, और अंकल जो बोल रहे कुछ समझ में आ रहा है, and if you give me some positive feedback, then after doing economics, maybe we can go for OC also. Hopefully, let's see. I don't commit, I don't promise anything. It all depends upon your feedback. Now, we have done introduction, we have done effective demand. Now coming to individual demand schedule and curve. That is individual demand schedule and individual demand curve. What is this? This is price of X in the first column. In the second column, I take quantity demanded of X. Right? Now, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is an individual demand schedule. What do you mean by individual demand schedule? अगर आपको आया ये क्वेश्चन कि what do you mean by individual demand schedule, what do you mean by individual demand curve, आप क्या लिखोगे? An individual demand schedule is a tabular representation of the quantity demanded of a particular commodity at different level of prices at a given point of time. समझा? Quantity demanded of a commodity, an individual demand schedule is a tabular representation of the various quantities demanded of a particular commodity at different prices at a given point of time. तो हम लोग वही किए, ठीक है. एक कंज्यूमर अलग अलग प्राइसेस जब उसका होता है, जैसे जैसे प्राइस गिरता जाता है तो कितनी कितनी क्वांटिटी डिमांड करता है. दैट इज रिप्रेजेंटेड इन दिस इंडिविजुअल डिमांड शेड्यूल. नाउ हैविंग अ लुकिंग एट दिस, हम लोग को क्या इसमें से नतीजा निकलता है, आपका क्या पहला कंक्लूजन है आफ्टर यू लुक एट दिस इंडिविजुअल डिमांड शेड्यूल? कैन आई से दैट sorry, can I say that when the price of X is falling, the demand for X is rising? ये समझा? ये I hope you can follow what I am trying to say. ये प्राइस क्या हो रहा है, 10 से 8 हुआ, 8 से 6 हुआ, 6 से 4 हुआ, 4 से 2 हुआ, मतलब क्या हो रहा है, प्राइस इसका घटते जा रहा है. जैसे जैसे प्राइस X का घटते जा रहा है, वैसे वैसे मैं जो इसकी क्वांटिटी डिमांड करता हूं वो बढ़ती जा रही है, राइट? व्हेन द प्राइस ऑफ X इज फॉलिंग, द डिमांड फॉर X इज राइजिंग. उसका हम लोग वैसा वर्सा भी हो सकते हैं कि अगर प्राइस ऑफ X इज राइजिंग, देन द डिमांड फॉर X विल फॉल. प्राइस ऑफ X इज राइजिंग मतलब पहले 2 रुपए की चीज थी तो मैं 5 रुपया खरीदता था, धीरे धीरे जब उसका प्राइस बढ़ता गया वो 10 रुपए की हो गई, तो पहले जो मैं 5 खरीदता था वो अभी कितने खरीद रहा हूं, 1. तो हम लोग इसको क्या बोलेंगे? इज इट अ डायरेक्ट रिलेशनशिप और इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप? Come on, now this you have done in the 10th standard mathematics. Direct proportion, inverse proportion. मैथ्स में पता है सवाल आते थे, एक दीवार अगर 10 आदमी लोग बनाते हैं तो कितने टाइम में बना सकते, और वही दीवार को अगर 20 आदमी लोग बनाएंगे तो आधे टाइम में बनाएंगे. तो इट्स एन इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप. सो आई विल से दैट देयर इज एन इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन प्राइस एंड डिमांड. मतलब एक बढ़ता है तो दूसरा घटता है, ये घटता है तो ये बढ़ता है. ऐसा नहीं कि दोनों साथ में बढ़ रहे, दोनों साथ में घट रहे. प्राइस जब बढ़ रहा है तो मेरी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड क्या होती, बढ़ती है. जब महंगाई आती तो लोग ज्यादा खरीदते हैं कि कम खरीदते हैं? महंगाई होती है जब प्राइस बढ़ता है तो लोग कम खरीदते हैं. मतलब एक चीज बढ़ रही है तो क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड उसकी घट रही है. दैट इज व्हाट वी मीन बाय इनवर्स रिलेशनशिप. अभी हम लोग हमेशा क्या करते हैं, स्केड्यूल बनाते हैं. स्केड्यूल बना के बाजू में उसका क्या हम लोग बनाएंगे, ग्राफ बनाएंगे. नाउ दिस सेम स्केड्यूल इज गिवन इन योर टेक्स्ट बुक्स आल्सो. व्हाट आई एम गोइंग टू डू इज आई एम गोइंग टू मिट आउट दिस एंड देन वी विल हैव द ग्राफ इन फ्रंट ऑफ अस. Sorry. By the way, dear friends, I just wanted to have another channel by which you can come in touch with me. I don't know how far it will be useful, right? Because I feel that you might like to connect with me, talk to me, but somehow वो राब्ता नहीं हो पा रहा है. तो can I share you my number and it's strictly a WhatsApp number, no calls please. Because रात में मुझे सोना है और दिन में मुझे काम करना है, फ्री टाइम में वीडियो बनाना है, right? So you can take down my number. This is my WhatsApp number, and you can give your comments. Or if you have, certain questions, or if you have some suggestions, if you don't want to put in that comments ka column, you can connect with me directly on my WhatsApp ka number. My number is 90 113 2 0004 90 113 2 0004. This is a choice number. 90 113 2 0004 90 113 2 0004. You can save it as Sadik. Don't call me sir. I feel that's a very impersonal thing. That's a very sophisticated thing. It begins about, a distance between the teacher and the student. You can call me Sadik uncle. I will be more than happy to hear from you. And you can save it as Sadik uncle Eco. Right? याद रहेगा ना? Sadik uncle Eco. नाम नहीं, कभी भूल गए नाम तो Eco सर्च माना तुम्हारे कॉन्टैक्ट लिस्ट में. होपफुली नंबर आ जाएगा. Right? 90 113 2 0004. Looking forward to hear from you on WhatsApp. And please introduce yourself. Don't worry, I won't call you. I will just reply you back. Okay, now we are talking about individual demand schedule. We have done what is an individual demand schedule. Now quickly we'll see what is an individual demand curve. What do you mean by individual? ये एक आदमी के बिहेवियर को एक्सप्लेन कर रहा है. That is why I say it is an individual demand schedule and it is an individual demand curve. लेकिन as far as the government is concerned, government is not bothered how an individual reacts. Government is bothered how do the people react at large. The government is basically concerned with market demand schedule and market demand curve, which will be our next topic, point number 4. We have seen what is introduction. We have seen what is effective demand. We have seen what is individual demand schedule. Now we are seeing what is an individual demand curve. The next topic would be market demand schedule and market demand curve. Now, what do you mean by individual demand curve? When I plot that schedule in a graph, I come to the individual demand curve. As usual, we have always seen that this is my x-axis, this is my y-axis. Here I take my quantity demanded and here I take my price. Okay, what do we have here? Price 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. This is the price of commodity X. What was the quantity demanded? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. अब क्या करेंगे? You have the schedule in front of you. Okay, जब प्राइस 10 रुपया था कितना डिमांड किए थे? 1. प्राइस 10 रुपया था, quantity demanded was 1. When the price was 8, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. When the price was 8, the quantity demanded was 2. When the price was 6, the quantity demanded was 3. When the price was 4, the quantity demanded was 4. When the price was 2, the quantity demanded was 5. Okay. Now when I try to plot this, I get my DD. DD is your demand curve. This is my individual demand curve, which shows that as the price of a commodity goes on increasing, the quantity demanded of a commodity goes on falling. जब 10 रुपया था तो मैं 1 खरीदता था, जब ये 2 रुपया हो गया तो मैं 5 खरीद रहा हूँ. जैसे जैसे प्राइस उसका गिरते जाता है, as the price of a commodity goes on falling, the quantity demanded goes on increasing. The demand curve, I would say, is downward sloping. Remember my words, catch words, downward sloping from, this is also important, from left to right. अगर मैं ऐसा खड़ा हूं, so this is my left, this is my right. Okay? So the demand curve is downward sloping. The demand curve, it slopes downwards from left to right. This shows an inverse relationship between the price of a commodity and the quantity demanded, between the quantity demanded of X and the price of X. I hope it's clear. Any doubts? जब कोई चीज की कमोडिटी 2 रुपए की थी तो मैं 5 खरीदता था, जब वो चीज का प्राइस बढ़ते 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 10 रुपया हो गया तो मेरा डिमांड घटते 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 1 रुपया हो गया, राइट? और इन अदर वर्ड्स, when the price is rising the demand is falling, when the price is falling the demand is rising. Okay, clear so far? Right? But this is for an individual. Now when we try to take many people together, that is called as a market demand schedule and a market demand curve. That will be our point number 4. Okay, so please go through your textbooks, read that. Till the time I will meet out this and I will write for you here the market demand schedule and the market demand curve. Okay, we come to the last point in this lecture, that is the market demand schedule and the market demand curve. Previously we have seen an individual demand schedule and an individual demand curve. Now please pay attention. This is the market demand schedule and this is the market demand curve. Which is more useful? Individual demand or market demand? Obviously market demand. What is market demand? Market demand shows the quantity demanded by all the consumers of a particular commodity at various prices. What does a market demand schedule show? Rather, what is a market demand schedule? A market demand schedule is a tabular representation which shows the quantity demanded of a particular commodity, let's say X, by total consumers. We have three consumers here, A, B, C, at different prices, 2, 4, 6, and 10, at a given point of time. Okay. Now, we have seen for illustration 3 customers, 3 consumers, A, B, C. How do we arrive at the market demand here? When the price of a commodity is X is, let's say, 10, customer A is demanding 5 units of the commodity, customer B is demanding 10 units of the commodity, customer C is demanding 15 units of the commodity. First question is why? Why are these customers demanding various units? That will come to the next topic in the next lecture, lecture number 2, that is the determinants of demand. What are the factors on which demand is determined? Okay, anyways, जब प्राइस पे कमोडिटी का 10 था, किसी ने 5 मांगा, किसी ने 10, किसी ने 15, तो जब मैं इसको हॉरिजॉन्टली टोटल करता हूं, okay, the market demand is arrived at by a horizontal summation. जब आप ऐसा जाते हो तो इसको हॉरिजॉन्टल बोलते हैं, जब ऐसा आते हो तो इसको वर्टिकल बोलते हैं. हॉरिजॉन्टल समेशन, समेशन मतलब ऐड करना. तो व्हेन आई ऐड 5 plus 10 plus 15, I come to 30. 30 is my total market demand of commodity X when the price of the commodity is 10. Similarly, when the price falls to 8, okay, what is the quantity demanded by ABC? 10, 15, 20. Total कितना हो गया? 45, 45. Similarly, when the price falls to 6, the quantity demanded totally is 60. When the price falls to 4, the quantity demanded is 75. When the price falls further to 2, the quantity demanded rises to 90. Okay, 10 से 8 भाव गिरा, 30 से 45 क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड बढ़ गई, 8 से 6 भाव गिरा, 45 से 60 क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड बढ़ गई, 6 से 4 भाव गिरा, 60 से 75 क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड बढ़ गई, और 4 से 2 जब प्राइस गिरा तो मेरी क्वांटिटी डिमांडेड रोज टू 90. ठीक है. दिस ऑल्सो gives you the same concept, the same derivation, that when the price of a commodity is falling, when price is falling, the quantity demanded is rising. That means there is an inverse relationship. Clear? Now I will try to plot this in a diagram. I have the x-axis, I have the y-axis. On the x-axis, I take the total quantity demanded. That is, I'll try to plot this 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. And on the y-axis, always I'll be taking the price of that particular commodity, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Now I see that when the price is x, the quantity demanded is 30. When the price is x, the quantity demanded is 30. And when the price is 2, the quantity demanded is 90. When the price is 2, quantity demanded is 90. So what is happening? The demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. The demand curve slopes downwards from left to right, which shows an inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded. In other words, when the price of a commodity is falling, the demand for that particular commodity is rising. When the price is falling, the quantity demanded is rising. When the price is falling, quantity is rising. उसका vice versa क्या होगा? जब price बढ़ता है तो quantity demanded is falling. This is the same as the individual demand schedule. The only thing is यहाँ पर हमने summation किया है, यहाँ पे हमने एक से ज़्यादा customers का लिया है, which is called a market demand schedule. You can get a short note. What do you mean by market demand schedule? What do you mean by market demand curve? So this is your answer. I hope whatever points we have covered so far, we have seen what is introduction. Okay, we saw that utility just creates a desire. We have seen what is effective demand. Effective demand is desire to buy plus ability to pay plus willingness to spend. We have seen an individual demand schedule and curve. एक customer. We have seen a market demand schedule and curve. We'll go forward with this series in our next lectures. We'll see why demand curve slopes downwards from left to right. We will see what are the different types of demand, and we will be covering one more important topic, that is what are the determinants of demand. Okay, I hope you have understand this so far. Keep watching, and if you have any doubts, I have given you my number. Let me give it to you once again. Do I have any space? Okay, let's write it here once again. 9011320004. Okay, no pranks, no cranks, only WhatsApp. Please give your comments, criticism. Most welcome. Okay, goodbye, take care and good luck.